So, in this video I will talk about Amazon Kindle against using KOReader on my e-readers. And this is a thing that I have thought about a lot recently because I want to have as user-friendly experience as possible, and also a thing that makes it so easy for me to read everywhere I am and everywhere I go. So that is something I have been thinking about a lot recently. So, but we will shift to my table here. Here we have a Kindle Paperwhite. And I absolutely love the design of it. I love e-readers without buttons. I don't like e-readers like the Libra, for example, that has button at the side. I think they are so awkward to hold and not ergonomical at all. So when I hold it with my hand, I usually have my thumb at the top bottom instead of the bottom button. And yes, I know I can switch them, but this is how I hold, and I think it's very awkward to balance the device like this. I think it's very awkward, and if I turn this upside down, yes, of course it works too, but the same here with the buttons. I need to have it like this, and I think it's very awkward to hold this device. So the reason why I don't like button devices and like the Kindle Paperwhite much more is that this is so more comfortable to hold and read with. And also the backside of the Kindle Paperwhite is rubbery, if you know what I mean. So it's very easy to hold it without slips away and you drop it. So it's not slippery as, for example, with both the Kindle Basic. It's very slippery on the backside. You can easily drop this. And also the KOReader is also very slippery, even if it has some texture, it's very slippery to hold. That is one thing that's great with Libra. It's rubberized on the backside, so it's very easy to hold it. But again, I think it's not ergonomical to hold with these buttons. I rather use it like this. If I would use this device, I can read like this and hold it like this or this. That is how I would hold this device if I would use this device. But then again, as I said, this device is much better for me ergonomical to switch pages without buttons. I love that. But then again, you can't run KOReader on this. You need to use the normal Kindle software. So if we start this up, as you can see, it's awesome reading experience actually on any Kindle. It's very nice. The display is awesome. You can see everything very clear. You have a night light and you have automatic brightness and much more because I have the signature edition. So I really love that. And everything works great on a Kindle. It's so easy. It works exactly as an iPhone almost. Everything just works and you don't have to fiddle with anything. You don't need to customize anything. It just works. But one huge drawback for a Swedish reader like me is that you don't have any dictionary. You can't use any dictionary, so Amazon doesn't have any support for the Swedish language, and I think that's bad. And online I can't find any good Swedish dictionary. I have the only one that exists. And then I mean Swedish to Swedish. So if I want to have a word and see what that means, for example, this word in Swedish, I just want to do this. And then the dictionary should pop up like this. And now this Swedish dictionary actually works. Samling av hus, bosättning. Yes, that's correct. So one of few times the dictionary that I found on the net works, but that is not almost never actually it works. So then I need to check even Wikipedia if that has something, and that is never happen either. And I can translate Swedish to Swedish, for example, but that's no point with this. So that's a drawback with Kindle software and the user experience. But as I said, the device, the build quality, the experience of reading is awesome, except for dictionary. So that is fabulous. And it all syncs to my 8 different devices. It syncs with my Kindle Basic that I have here. It syncs to my Android-based e-readers like the ebooks Palma and the Bing Me Highbreak. It syncs with my Bing Me B751C. It syncs with my iPhone with the Kindle app. It syncs with my iPad's Kindle app. And it also syncs with a Samsung Galaxy Android phone I have. And it also syncs with other Android-based readers and so on. So the Kindle app is excellent if you want to read on many different devices, like I do. I want to read on many different devices. So the Kindle experience is awesome. Another huge drawback with Kindle is that the Kindle Basic, if I want to have this as an easy portable e-reader with me in my pocket or in my bag, for example, then this one doesn't have any night light, so you can't read in the dark without erasing the blue, having a blue filter and so on. So this device only have front light but no night light. And that is a huge drawback actually if you want to read in bed, for example. But then again, I have the Paperwhite for reading in bed, so no problem there. So I can use this daily and this in the evening and in the night, for example. That works great. And then we come to KOReader on my devices. For example, this Kobo Clara, I have KOReader. So I can, for example, read a book here in KOReader on my Kobo device. As you see here, works great, and I think it's beautiful. Everything works so good with KOReader. You have so many options and features. I absolutely love KOReader. And everything works as it should, and the user experience is top notch. But then we have a problem at KOReader. That KOReader syncs only the reading progress, and that would be enough for me actually. But it only syncs to all devices that run KOReader, of course. And I don't have so many good devices running KOReader. You can install KOReader on Kobo devices, but you can't do that on modern Kindle e-readers. You can't do that because you need a firmware that is very old. So you can only install KOReader on a jailbreaked Kindle, and that needs to be an old Kindle. I don't own an old Kindle, so I can't install KOReader on any Kindle I own. So I can only read in KOReader on this Kobo device running KOReader, and also this Libra, Kobo Libra. I can have in KOReader installed on it, as you see here. Well, it works great. But then again, I don't like this device because of the buttons. I don't like that. I think it's very uncomfortable to read and hold this device. Not good enough for me. I know many uses these buttons and love this design, but that is not what I do. But I think this is not good. I want devices looking like this. This is the excellent form factor for me. But I can sync KOReader. I can sync what I read on this device with this device, and I can also sync with all Android-based e-readers. So for example, my ebooks Palma and my Bing Me Highbreak and my Bing Me B751C. So these devices can sync with each other, and I can also sync with my old Samsung Galaxy phone because it runs Android, and I can install KOReader on it. But then again, I'm an iPhone user at the moment, so I can't use KOReader on an iPhone because KOReader is not available for iPhones. So if I should use KOReader, which I love, I can only read on my Kobo devices and my Android-based e-readers. That is the only option I have. I can't read on my iPhone, I can't read on my iPad. And yes, I never almost do that, but sometimes maybe I only have my iPhone with me, and then again I want to read a few lines, a paragraph or something of the same book. Then I can only use Kindle for that. So I can sync what I read on my iPhone with these two Kindles, for example. So when I read in KOReader, I have to have either this device with me wherever I go, because it's small and light, and it works great to have with me everywhere I go, or the Onyxbox Palma, for example, as my everyday go device. It has a smartphone form factor, as you know, so it's very easy to have the Onyxbox Palma with me. And these two devices can sync with each other. But then again, I don't have any good device for the evening reading or the late night in bed reading, because I don't like to read on this. I think it's awkward, as I said, to hold. So then again, I need to have this all the time at home, an Onyxbox Palma when I'm away. Okay, that works maybe, but I think this could be excellent to read everywhere I am at home. But I would rather have a larger display when I'm home, like this Kindle Paperwhite. I would rather have one device for that. But Kobo doesn't do any device without buttons that is larger than the Klara. So that's unfortunate. So I hope that Kobo will release a larger e-reader without buttons. But if they do that in a black and white display, because I don't like color e-readers, if they do that, I would buy it immediately. No question about it, because then I could use this together with my Onyxbox Palma and the larger Kobo. So now you understand my problem here, and it's not a huge problem actually. As you see, I have the benefit to own a lot of e-readers. A lot of users only have one e-reader, and then this is not a problem whatsoever. But I want to use a lot of different e-readers. I want to have an e-reader always with me wherever I go, for example. Yes, I could use the Onyxbox Palma for everything I read. But then again, when I'm home, they feel so nice to read on the Paperwhite. It feels so awesome to hold this in hand when reading when I'm home. So I will miss that if I decide to go with only KOReader, because then I only have two devices I'm happy with, and that is the Kobo Klara and Onyxbox Palma. That is the only two devices I have that can run KOReader that I'm happy with. The Big Brake I'm not so happy with. At the moment it's unusable after an update, a firmware update. It makes the Big Brake totally unusable. I can show you in another video someday. It's totally unusable after a firmware update, sadly. So I can only use the Kobo Klara with KOReader or the Onyxbox Palma with KOReader. Because my old Samsung Galaxy phone I will not use, because I don't have a SIM card in it and so on. So I use my iPhone for everything that needs a SIM card. So the iPhone can't sync with KOReader, so I need to always have this or the Onyxbox Palma with me wherever I go. If I decide to go with KOReader for reading books, if I decide to read on Kindles, I can use these two Kindles. I can also use the Onyxbox Palma. I can also use the Big B751C if I want, but I don't like that device either. And I can use my iPhone or iPad, for example. So if I choose Kindle, I have more options. I have more devices to choose between. And that's great for me. I like different devices. But anyway, that's my decision problem I have at the moment. I can't decide if I should go for Kindle reading and have everything work as it should, with no problem, no hassle, everything works, everything syncs, and read on any device I want. The only two devices I can't read on is these two if I go for Kindle, because if I decide to go for these two, they can only run KOReader. You can't read Kindle on a Kobo. Yes, I can read Kindle books on Kobos, I know that, but if I remove DRM and so on. But I don't use Kindle ebooks because I read in Swedish, and Swedish books is not available in the Kindle store, so I only have the Kindle devices to put my Swedish books that I have from bokus.se, for example, here in Sweden, or other stores that you can buy EPUBs. I only have my Kindles for that. I don't buy any books in Amazon Kindle store. So that is also one thing. Kobo KOReader is much better together with Caliber. So if I have my books in Caliber, it works great with Caliber and KOReader because I have the option to see my whole Caliber library on my Kobo. For example, I can see the whole library and just choose to download that book I want to read on the Kobo itself. Very easy. I can't do that with Kindle. On the Kindle I need to I can use Caliber, of course. I can send books wirelessly and they will sync to all my devices. That is also a very good option for Kindle, that it syncs even the books, highlights, notes, reading progress. It syncs to all my Kindle devices. With KOReader, you only sync the reading progress. You need to manually put the books you are reading on all devices that uses KOReader. So that is also something. You need to manually put all the books on KOReader and then reading progress syncs. So this is the device options I have. I just thought that you should know that this are some decisions I have when I am on vacation or doesn't work at the moment in Christmas and New Year's Eve. I will decide what I will use the coming month, what I use and so on. We will see. But it's a great thought to think about, I think. Okay, bye.